Hello and welcome back to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. And yes, we are actually going to do this tight and we're going to do this right this time around. For last time, remember, we had one hell of a courtroom shakedown, and we were visited by the chief of police. And it only left to some added detail that there was something strange going on regarding the police station. So let's get back to it and continue with the final case. Rise from the ashes. Day 2 investigation. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Company law offices.
Mr. Wright? So, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Eh? Well, let's see, what is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in a prosecutor's parking lot in the police department's evidence room.
What's this in the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out, or try to at least.
Alright. Let's do it.
Glad she's in good spirits. I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Eh?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us.
February 23rd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot.
You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yeah. It's only our victim who was killed in their evidence room, no good.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
That oil drum. Was it empty?
The oil drum, kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water.
It's running a lot smoother. It's fading in, not like going out. It's like fading in and fading out, so it's a lot smoother.
My sister erasing evidence of the crime scene. Never!
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all! It's just, well, We're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for high school students. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. If you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Now, before we continue, let me just tell you one thing. This is basically the difference between the other cases that I've done from the original Gyakuten Saibon. And since this is the DS exclusive case, well, there are certain things you're going to be doing, like basically spraying for prints, a trail, you know, something that adds more to the case than you would by normal means. Of course, that changes through the other games like Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations. But this one is extra long because of these extra gimmicks.
Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor, I can't even drink yet.
We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of those things?
To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see?
Press enter spray on, or A.
Okay, let's find some blood stains.
So the first thing we're going to do, or the only thing we're going to do, is spray behind the trunk of the car. See, there you go. And we just examine like so. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a blood stain?
It's,
Emma, you're shaking.
It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay. Well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But does something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course?
What's odd about this, scientifically? It's the amount of blood. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there have to have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright? I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay?
With a Sharpie.
See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
Yeah. And this stuff's pretty handy too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that.
So we get some luminol testing fluid. From one proud-looking Emma Sky.
We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box.
Sir!
You only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you do. Flick. That looks good. This day old jelly box is on the house. Whoa. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead is. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth water. So, about that trial thing. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. I'm pretty sure you are. My apologies, Miss Star, but...
No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know.
I witnessed everything from that security room over there.
But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand! That's unforgivable!
Emma, they all lie on the witness stand. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from what was different. Let me read that again. Even if the place I witnessed the events from what's different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky
stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it. On my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman.
I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what?
So you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes. It was a long time ago. That was 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they face me. They coughed it up.
Coughed it up?
They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know.
Fresh.
I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too.
Yeah, you're Ryoko. She's a Kyoko and a Ryoko. I wouldn't doubt it.
Every day, I drag the dirt out of the mouth of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen.
I'm actually rolling my head as she's switching from good to bad. So like,
oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches.
and you were let go. Fired?
I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today.
Sanjo.
It's because of that case. The SL9 incident.
SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Well, we need more information, so... Oh yeah, that's much better. It doesn't go like... It moves like... There you go.
If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the Guardian. But even I get flustered sometimes.
So you went straight to the scene of the crime?
I rushed toward the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder.
That's when I took this photo. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words,
5 minutes after the crime?
those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole in my testimony, as it were.
The 5 minutes were the problem. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem.
Listen, little girl. I had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time?
What do you think about this?
The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know.
Really?
That knife was evidence from that case, the murder incident. It was due for transfer the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? No, don't want to move. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable.
Disposable? To who?
2 years ago, it was the biggest case I've ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite clearly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any clearer than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence.
What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence?
The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job.
And you were one of those?
Out of a job. Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over. And he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9. There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us.
Wait! Those lunches you sell...
There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Stars old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence.
There has to be a connection.
So, rookie. But, what? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case? Yes. Damn. Then you should take this. Salisbury steaks lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Received from Miss Starr. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood.
Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he or are you his... Are you going out?
Why do you want to know?
I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then.
This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective.
But now he's so cold.
Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that.
I see. Thank you.
Officer Jake Marshall. Well, to the police station. Later that day, it's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
The detectives are running around so fast they're blind.
I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all.
So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is.
She's like a kid at an amusement park.
Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
Two criminal... Wait, no. Yeah. To the guard station. Evidence room entrance. Guard station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime.
You sure see it that way? Oh!
What's wrong?
It's those cacti! They're so prickly, so imposing, it's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where is the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
Well, the entrance. Because we're going back to the detention center. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please!
Huh? Wasn't it?
One cigarette, please! Oh, shoot!
Detective Gumshoe.
Now's no time for that shit chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale.
think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's not time for despair! We've caught our criminal! Now we just need evidence! The criminal? You mean... Yeah, I heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrest them, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch. Pronto! Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Columbo, look, Columbo, get... Gumshoe. Dick!
What? Don't leave!
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good crack. Later!
He ran off to the evidence room.
Well, this investigation is off to a running start. And here we are at the detention center, visitor's room.
Still, I do feel better about things a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. Ow! Ow, my ear. Ow, ow.
What was that?
Sir! That's what I'm saying! You perpetrator! I was the perpetrator against, sir! That's what I say! Yeah. Hi. Greetings, sir!
Wait, I know who you are.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm
here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir, I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins! So you are guarding your ass at detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir, how should I say this? Wait. He isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins. You didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! What? Exactly. What? Now, this is an unexpected turn of events. Turn the fuck around. What the hell is this shit? God damn it, what did you do? Why are you in this place? What the fuck did you do, man? Shit. What the fuck did you do, man? How the fuck did you get here? God damn it all, man. And I said, what the fuck did you do on the day of the crime? What the fuck? Sir! I'm a patrolman with General Fair, sir! Sir! Ow. I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, so I went through the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Yes, sir. I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir! A suspicious person! Ow, 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 ow. What the hell is this guy doing? So what happens then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? May I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir! There was no one to bandage me, sir! So I did what I could do to wrap it up, sir! A bandage on his hand.
just like Miss Sky. Muffle, muffle, muffle.
Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir. Please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir! If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim.
I would, but you happen to be in the detention and alive and well,
Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So, you did know?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of lights or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir! I had no intention of killing him, sir! None!
Damn.
Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir!
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? The God of my sins, but sir! Sir! But there was nothing I could do!
Nothing you could do.
Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were... Huh?
Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? And then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my head, sir. Oh, the sorrow. Oh, sir, can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared. That's some story. So you're saying that you do not know this dude?
Do you think you can look at this?
sir. That's it. That's it. That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember. Sir.
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct. That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing.
I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is you do remember?
Well, sir, you might say I was a little patrolman, a little ham, if you will.
Senegal's finest at work, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room.
And that's why you thought he looked suspicious.
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show his ID card.
Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far.
That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So, you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing! Suddenly pointed a knife at me!
What?
Sir, I assume I was as frustrated as you are right now. So, I whooped and left at him.
Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
Do unto others before they do unto you, my own father's words, sir.
What happened then?
Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I woke, I was here.
Right. So your reason for arrest... So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. How the hell did he get into the police force? That's what I want to know. You, Officer Meekins, have been chosen. Like, oh god. A guy like him? I said probably because they felt sorry for him. Like, oh, well, we need an extra hand.
Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim whom he had met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card.
In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim.
And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir, on that day at the time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly.
No. But the videotape is quite clear. Huh?
That's another part of this case that is so unusual, because you'll be using that in part of this trial. In the part of the trial that is coming up.
Videotape? From the security camera. That crime! My crime! The crime I swore to stamp out! It's there! It's me! It's on tape! And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, very sorry, sir. I'll hand over my bags. I don't deserve it.
No, thanks. I have my own. Oh, guess we better go check out the crime scene. Yeah, thanks, Meekins. We out, man. We're out. Bye, y'all. So here we are in criminal affairs.
Hey, Mr. Wright. What's that standing at the chief of detective's desk?
It's Police Chief Kent. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there is anything missing?
Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all his drawers and all of his things and under his seat cushion, behind his personal computer, inside his personal coffee machine.
What? You checked everything?
Behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine.
I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal?
Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir.
The chief of detectives looks a little flustered. Right, so, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gans. Reporting for duty, sir.
Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright?
Let's talk about Reggie. Is Reggie going to be okay? Oh, Mitsurugi. Oh, you know they're doing a little inquiry commission here.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean the incident on Gort Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Right, Tom?
Kuruma. In Japanese, that's his name, Kuruma. But in English, it's Karma, so it's Karuma. Von Karma with his Mazinger eyebrows. Allegedly he was undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait. I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Reggie. What? Now, about that incident. It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean.
There being the prosecutor's accent.
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
Now, Rachel, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, one thing I hate, most of those hidey stuff secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut.
He was the one you were picking on earlier?
Huh? You saw that? Oops.
I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do.
Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him.
Sir, can we ask you something?
Oh, sorry you had to see that. Dad, what exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
Well, see over there. That's Goodman's desk.
He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here?
Of course not. Well, except for this.
What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even... It's a last item report, but it's only half complete.
A last item. Did Detective Goodman lose something?
The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that, just in case. Half-written document dated 2/21 can only be submitted to the chief of police.
should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene.
Permission to enter, sir? Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me about. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. That look says, boy. Of course, boy. Now, right. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Right. Please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give him $50, no problem. So, go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
It just goes to show you, you never know until you ask.
And for you, here. You can borrow this.
Oh, hey! This is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir! It's an honor.
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. And with that, he also fades.
It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think of real ID.
Even though it's really temp, you seem happy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. No kidding. No, we're not examining, we're moving. Kind of so that you have to backtrack from criminal affairs and just like, okay, I gotta go this way, then I gotta go out, then come back in and go to this place. Why can't they just take you directly to the guard station? Not exactly the same thing you would see from the actual police department of LA. If I was in a place like that, and be like, okay, I would have to go out in order to go to this place, and then I would have to come back in, and I would. How does that even work? Seriously, just how does that even work?
Well, the evidence room is beyond that door.
And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It will open.
Aha, the card reader is turned off, see?
What is that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, well. What made my Bambino sky so great? Officer Marshall! Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my salute.
We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Gun smoke in high definition.
Yeehaw?
Yahoo. Yah-hey. Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's away. Looks like the car reader's back on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then. Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Sir, we like to hand you this.
Let's see, ingredients, meat. She must mean beef. She probably just wrote it generically.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Of course, as a scientist, I have to check what additive she used.
Go to town.
Huh? It says... it says here, hours of sweat and labor.
So that's why the sauce is so salty. It looks so good, it could just jump right off at you.
Wow, my mouth is watering. I can almost hear the sound of the steak frying off the grill.
No doubt It's all cold and tough by now.
No, I'm sure it's delicious. Miss Star poured her heart into making this.
So long as she didn't put any other organs in there. We had to check this for extra additives. Steak in high definition. Would you like to have a bite? I really should just do this just for the sake of doing it, but there you go. It's just steak in high definition. Yeah, there's your steak in high definition. We had to make sure, it wasn't poisonous, So here's your steaky lunch. That smell. Reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I'm from West LA. Now, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yes, sir. That's your baby. No, sir. We don't mean maybe.
Yeah, Miss Star.
What's this?
What? What's wrong?
A filet steak. I see. I see. I see hot sauce.
I don't see. I see it. Hot sauce.
Hot sauce? Hot sauce.
I wonder what it means.
Tabasco. Here's your steak lunch. All right, Bambina. You win. Ask. Finally, it seems like
he's willing to talk.
What's up?
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name written. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Miku. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, But I lost my file for the job, you know? Me and my gun smoke.
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping. Down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. My motorcycle.
No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take the machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Oh, yeah, I know.
It's like, you got the good flavor and all of a sudden, who the fuck? What the fuck is this in my meal?
Although, to be honest, I do like my broccoli and beef.
Your star told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago?
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now. Like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SI incident with Miss Star, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all salt on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. There's nothing else for it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too.
I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina. God damn it. Sorry about that. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well. I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. These are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours.
And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes?
I reckon they might be. You're a security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. So this is the ID card record.
Hey! I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina. I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing's about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake. So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever, dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Well, sir, we like to present this. $584-2189.
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 584-2189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again.
$514.
What's the fourth number? It's a perfect match.
It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekin say?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me!
He said, what? I pointed a knife at him. I had no such thing. I didn't have a knife. If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. IDs of all who entered the evidence room on 2/21. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to the other people with IDs here. Into the evidence room. Sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
I think I just did. No! That phased me. What was that for?
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking people. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? True what you heard? Right, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them $50, no problem. So go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Is what you heard, right? What? Yeah, it's true.
So, Chief of Police King will loan anyone $50, even me? So that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today?
But that's for a day.
But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. But first of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plan. Scene of stabbing of a detective at the PD. Boss for a day. Whereas the walkthrough says judge for a day, stranger.
So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for you today?
That's right, it's an order. After all, the murder took place right here in the department. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if your boss, why are you all alone? Where are your ambulance?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked off the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
I always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr.
Mitsurugi Reiji.
So, Mr. Mitsurugi is with the inquiry committee now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Tell us more about the case.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card. Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand? You mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own.
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest models. There's a trick to these handles, see?
The handle?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it,
You get a shock!
that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Only this sign Detective Prince can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Well, let's just show this off too. Detective Goodman's notes and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first vacation off 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Open up something about the SL9 incident. Yeah. Now that was a bloody, violent case. Violent? So it wasn't murder? A serial killing. A serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that tenant.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors of a fortune. It was supposed to be all cleaned up with a transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 instance.
So that switchblade knife?
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Let's also present the card record. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here and the what? Whoa!
What is it?
That second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth!
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. Update. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? So let's check this room proper. As we one moment. That's what I need.
Wow. Someone must have broken something big to make all those. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. Closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever was broke.
You wanted to try to put it back together?
Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Sir, let me just tell you something. Well, I spent a good 3 hours before I had to give up. You had to.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Okay, so we're gonna put this together like so. Let's see, we need 5. 6. Next will be 1. Eight. That's not 8. This is 8. Next is 3. Then after that would be 2. Finally, the last one, 7.
Huh? Well, I think we did, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah. I got that far in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Well, it's a jigsaw puzzle.
Were some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with. Stale. It doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
I couldn't understand how it got broken.
Unstable jar. Piece back together from fragments found at the crime scene. A piece is missing. Oh yeah, this one stands out.
Someone left a glove here, but only one.
That's so nice. Detective Gumshoe, maybe. Well, there you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean that's all nice? That's not bad. Now, I'll tell you one thing. When I originally did this, before the jump over to 10, I had done this in 2 parts because of one part was not written on it, and it said basically talk
too gumshoe about the blue badger. So it's going to be one of those long ass investigations, really, really drawn out to when we get to the trial. Again. What's this? Blood.
It looks a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here.
Looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room?
We should use our testing fluid to check it out. To the luminol! Right, multiple times.
I knew it! This is someone's right handprint.
What? What's the matter, detective? This locker, it's mine!
It's yours?
Please! You have to help me. Why they come to take me away? Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly? You do that for me, won't you, pal? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plan. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? Well, you're a detective.
And we know what this is going to be titled. Another area we have to spray is, oh, this here.
Must have been one mass pool of blood. Never seen anything like that. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien.
This proves that something really happened in front of us. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker.
I'll make a note of it on the floor plan.
Alright! If you don't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked.
And another thing we need to spray is this area right here.
Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch the spot if he fled out the door.
This just might be something significant.
Alright. That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that? Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Amazon. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plan. Alright, pal, look at the time. Was there something you need to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth Inquiry Committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for today. It might help, you know.
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems? Alright, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm up, pal! Later. This is Ryu here. Later. This is Ryu here. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too. He had to say that and that too. Let's move. Back to the office. The High Prosecutor's office.
Now, in the original, I can tell you this. It took me about it took me about like 2 parts. Almost made it almost a 3-hour part to get to this. And let me tell you, it was stupid because, like I said, it's been a while since I did the final case. And the last time I actually did the final case, it really was on my DS. And I used a walkthrough just to get through that. And literally had to blow and do that kind of stuff that you would normally have to do. So we're close to ending this part, thank goodness. The right way, thank goodness. Room 1202. Guess. My apologies. Oh! It's you! Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave, so long. He was from case number 2, the Gatewater case. Is Edgeworth here?
There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
He has the hotel bring him tea service?
Mitsuruki-san, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him.
About that committee. So, how did the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes. Apparently, there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time, again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow?
Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
The police department?
Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still... Oh, I never seen him this out of sorts. Oh, right. I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Reiji, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true.
Why? Mitsurugi-san.
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less.
The chief of police?
He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of case it was?
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make note of it. Unrelated evidence. Screwdriver. From a past case of Mitsurugi's brought back to his office by Gant's request. Yes, I'm using his Japanese name, Reiji Mitsurugi. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case.
Oh, but man, I want to know, dog.
What can you tell us about this? I know you. You've probably got a hold on some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident.
And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in? You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You see, back in case number 4, he must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Reggie. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Allegations of forgery. The SIDENOTE incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old tool was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer, and he was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow. You get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal.
Reiji Mitsurugi, Kiyomi.
We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something.
My sister? What?
If you were still studying forensic science?
Huh? Yes. Of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this.
Luminol testing fluid, Well, then, you might have use for this.
Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints?
Aluminum powder.
It's been chemically treated for better adhesion.
For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know.
I'm no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Richie, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks! How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? So we got a fingerprint kit. Recovers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with fingerprint files. Sold separately.
Well, let's get going. One last investigation.
Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint.
Back to the evidence room. Thanks, Edgeworth. We'll have lunch, man. Still say that don't make no sense. February 23rd, Sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. That right there.
Here, it is blood on the detective's evidence locker.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed.
Right. Let's get started. First, choose a finger.
A finger.
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance.
Quit procrastinating and choose a finger!
We'll choose the thumb then.
Now, this is the reason why I couldn't do this originally, because, well, I mean, I could have, but I decided, you know what, I'm just doing the original. But for this is a clue, so this is like the 15th case. Or the 5th case, rather. As a whole, there are 15 cases. So therefore, this is like the first of the other batch of cases that will not be like this.
Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes.
First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around.
How do you do that?
With A.
Or enter.
See?
Ah, looks like that did the trick.
The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess.
Yeah, if you had your DS, you literally had to blow on it, where the little mic was. You had to blow directly on it in order to basically get all the excess away.
With E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See?
Wow, that looks like fun. Might take some getting used to though.
It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
I guess I better give it a try. But here you just press A for dust and Y to blow. So the one thing I'm doing is just laying it around nice and thick like so. And there you go.
You did! You found one!
But this looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck?
The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here!
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can get a clear print.
Fingerprints outside the blood. Okay, let's do this then. The slightly seenable one, but it's very trackable. So the smart thing if you're playing this is basically make a big enough circle to where you can do this.
Yay! A print so clear is dazzling.
Dazzling.
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet. This is quite a process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
Trust me, after this, we are done with this part.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints.
Huh. How am I supposed to know who it was?
I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker?
Well, let's see. Let's take a look, shall we? You just have to look at technically the pattern. It reaches the top. We got our man. Comparison complete. Match found.
So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this somewhat look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. So we pan far left. This is where we got aluminum fluid reaction, right?
Right. There was a handprint here. Okay.
There was a handprint here.
Okay, want to try using this?
There go her eyes sparkling again. Let's check it. Okay, let's check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
And any prints in that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh. Right. So that means no prints.
Would you say that the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me!
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. So we checked the ring finger. Oh, there we go.
We have our print. Like so. Now, let's compare. Habanero. Match found. Hey, these fingerprints. They.
Who are they? Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall?
Marshall's fingerprints found on a bloody handprint left in the evidence room. The print had been wiped.
That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh!
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain.
Why would Officer Marshall?
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
It is hard to believe, but that's what we see. And with that, it's to be continued. So with that, hopefully it did pick up on everything. So actually I am going to stop here. And in the next part, we are going to do for me it's again, but for you it'll be new because you hadn't seen this. So next time we'll be doing episode 5, day 3, Trial Former. And hopefully we get to the bottom of this. So I'm just gonna drop a save right here. And alright. And with that, I will see you next time for day three. Day three. Yeah. See my lip. See, never have me do a character that'll bring out my lisp. So next time it will be episode 5, day 3, Trial Former on Phoenix Wright Revisited. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've been enjoying the Let's Play, and I'll see you in the next part.